Hello viewers, yes, this is Ranjana ma'am and you are watching. Yes, it's your as well as my channel. And I always say the thumbnail says it all, but still I feel I should say at the beginning of my video which one I'm going to explain today. And yes, this time it is Julius Caesar, Act 2, Scene 2. Many of you have requested me, ma'am, please Scene 2, we have it in our exams. So Act 2, Scene 2, and you know what's coming. Before we start, yes, if you have not subscribed to my channel up till now, please do, and don't forget to press the like button. Yeah, the like buttons are very few. Maybe you don't like it, but I have the confidence you all like it, but most probably because the comments are so good. But most probably you all forget to press the like button. That is why I keep on reminding you. So, where does this scene take place? It's in Caesar's house. So, all of them, Act 1, Scene 3, Act 2, Scene 1 and Act 2, Scene 2. All of them, they take place on the same night, the eve of Ides of March. Only the places are different. So, here in Caesar's house, let's see how he is reacting to these omens and natural things which have been cited by the people of Rome. Thunder and lightning. Enter Caesar in his nightgown. So, Caesar seems to be worried. He comes in his nightgown. He must have not slept the whole night. Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice had Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help, ho! They murder Caesar." So, these shoutings and nightmares of Calpurnia and the unnatural events which have been reported to have been seen in the streets of Rome must have worried. That is what Cassius has said, that he has become superstitious of late. So, most probably he is worried on account of this. And not only that, in his own house, his wife Calpurnia, Caesar's wife is Calpurnia. So 3 times she has shouted in her sleep. She's had nightmares, and thrice she has cried out, "Help, oh, they murder Caesar." So obviously this must have affected him. Though he is not a person to accept it, but still he is worried, he is scared. And then, who's within? So he calls out to a servant. Enter a servant. Servant, my lord. So he wants to know what Caesar asks of him, what Caesar wants him to do. Go bid the priests do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success. So Caesar orders his servant to go and tell the priests to carry out or to offer a sacrifice to the gods, and after that tell him the results of the sacrifice. I will, my lord. So he leaves. Enter Calpurnia. Now Caesar's wife comes. What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir up out of your house today. So Calpurnia has woken up from her sleep and she has found that Caesar is not in the bed. So she is worried. So she comes out and tells that, what is your wish, Caesar? What do you intend to do? Do you wish to go out of the house? I will not let you leave the house today. She is worried about Caesar's safety. So Caesar, though himself he is worried, he wouldn't confess it before Calpurnia. So what does he say? Caesar shall forth. The things that threaten me never looked but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished. Yes, I told you, this is his bragging. He is worried, he is scared on account of the unnatural things, but he wouldn't confess it. So what does he say? I will go out. And the dangers which threaten, they threaten me at my back. When they see the face of Caesar, when I confront the dangers, then they will vanish. The moment I confront a danger, danger will vanish. Calpurnia, Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. So she says, I did not believe in these omens, but now I am scared of them. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. So she has got news from somewhere, from some person who has been out in the streets of Rome, and he has come and reported to the watchman of their house other things, other horrible things happening in Rome than the ones which they have seen or heard. See, Caesar, his wife, they must have also seen or heard something happening in front of their house, unnatural things. The watchman also has heard, seen. But this man comes and reports something more horrible. And this has reached Calpurnia's ears, and naturally she is very scared. So what are the things which this man has reported to the watchman? A lioness hath whelped in the street. So the lioness had given birth to her cubs in the streets of Rome. Think, the lioness leaving the jungle and coming to the streets of Rome and giving birth to her cubs. This is very abnormal. And graves have yawned and yielded up their death. So yawn, what do you do when you yawn? You open your mouth. So the graves have opened up and allowed the dead to roam freely in the streets of Rome. The dead people have come out of their graves and they are walking in the streets of Rome. Fierce, so that was the second point. And the third one, fierce fiery warriors fight upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons and right forms of war, which drizzled blood upon the capital. So it has as if been seen that there is a war going on in heaven. So they are fighting in the proper order of war, fighting in the proper ranks of war. And on account of this war being fought in the skies, it is raining blood in the capital. So another abnormal thing happening. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. So the noise of battle filled the air. Horses did neigh and dying men did groan. So horses, obviously they will neigh only, they won't croak. So horses neighed and dying men groan. So through this, what does Shakespeare try to tell us? That a horrible fierce war is going on in heaven, and on account of it the horses are neighing, and the men who are been injured in the battle and they are about to die, they are groaning in pain. And ghosts did shriek and squeal about the street. Remember, she has just told that the graves have opened up. So the ghosts which have come out of the graves, they are shouting and screaming and walking through the streets of Rome. O Caesar, these things are beyond all use and I do fear them. So she calls out to her husband and says, these things are abnormal, they are unnatural, and naturally I am afraid of them. Caesar, what can be avoided, whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth. For these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar. Yes, Caesar says something very practical. He says that if the gods have planned the death of someone, you cannot avoid it. It cannot be avoided. This is a rhetoric question. How can you avoid something if gods have planned the destruction of these? And yet Caesar will go. He will go out, because these predictions, they are for everyone, not just for Caesar, for even the other people of Rome, not just for Caesar. So if these abnormal things have been cited, they are not only dangerous to me, but for everyone in Rome. But Calpurnia comes out with a more powerful line. This is a very famous line. When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth at the death of princes. So yes, when beggars die, insignificant people, when they die, comets are not sighted in the skies. So there was a belief that whenever a comet is seen in a particular country, the head or the ruling head or the king of that country faces his death. So that is why comets were supposed to be ominous. So she says, yes, gods send comets as a signal or as a sign of the death of the ruling body. But when common people die, no comets are seen. God doesn't send comets to give predictions about the death of a common person, a common man. But when great people die, God's, or rather the ruling authority, the head of a country is about to die, God sends signals through comets. So this line, when beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. Caesar's line is also again very important. See, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. So Caesar says that cowardly people, those who are cowards, those who lack courage, these type of people, they die several times before their real death comes. Some difficult task, some dangerous task, some challenging task, and they feel, oh, I know I'm not going to survive, I'm going to die. And they survive. So they die several times before their death. When the real death comes, before that they have died several deaths. But the brave person knows that death will come only once. So he is not afraid of death, and death is inevitable, you cannot avoid it. So that is why the brave people are more courageous in their approach of any difficult task. So the brave people die only once. And Caesar says that of all the strange things that I have heard or I have seen, this seems to be most strange. That people should be afraid of death. Why? Because death is a natural end to the process of birth. It is inevitable, and you cannot prepone or postpone death. It will come at its right hour. Re-enters servant. That servant whom he had sent to the augurers or the priest, that servant comes. What say the augurers? So he wants to know what the augurers, what piece of information have the augurers sent through the servant. They would not have used to stir forth today, plucking the entrails of an offering forth. They could not find an animal, they could not find a heart within the beast. So what information have the augurers sent? The augurers have given this advice that don't step out of the house today. Why? Because after sacrificing the animal, they cut the animal open and they found that the heart of the animal was missing. This is ridiculous. How can the animal survive without the heart? But these are superstitions. In those days it was believed, animal without a heart, this is something abnormal, so something horrible is going to happen. So Caesar, please don't leave your house and go. Caesar, the gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart, if he should stay at home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. Just see how he is bragging. We are two lions littered in one day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth. So what does he say? The beast without a heart, God has taken away the heart of this beast just to ridicule cowardice. So I would also be a beast, I would also be without a heart. I will be like a beast without a heart if I stay at home, because that would show my cowardice. If I stay at home means I am afraid and I am a coward, and I cannot allow that to happen. That would make me appear like a beast without a heart. So I have decided, I have made a resolution, I am determined that I will not stay at home and I will go. And what dangers can come to me? Danger itself knows full well that I am more dangerous than danger. So as if he is throwing a challenge to danger. We have both been born on the same day. So danger and Caesar, as if they are twins. No, not twins, but born on the same day. And danger is fully aware that I am the elder of the two. I have been born earlier than danger, so I am more dangerous. This is height of, what should we say, Superiority complex. Calpurnia, alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, you're not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say, you're not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this. So, Calpurnia is very worried. She has seen a nightmare, something horrible happening. So how can she allow Caesar to go out of the house? So she is telling, your wisdom is consumed in your overconfidence. Your overconfidence stops you from seeing reason, thinking in a reasonable manner. So please don't go out of the house. Take it as my fear, which keeps you inside the house and not your own. You are not going, not because of your fear, not because you are afraid, but you are staying at home because of my fear. And when Mark Antony comes, we will send him to the capital, saying that Caesar is not going to the capital today because he is not well. And she goes down on her knees and begs Caesar to remain at home. Now Caesar gets convinced. It's not that Caesar is also very eager to go after seeing all these abnormal things happening, and not only that, the advice of the augurers most probably has dampened a little his arrogant spirit. So he says that, now just see his answer. Mark Antony shall say, I am not well, and for thy humor I will stay at home. So he agrees. All right, Calpurnia, I agree to stay at home at your request, and I will send Mark Antony to the capital and say and make him say that I am not well. That is why I am absent from the capital. Enter Decius. Remember, Decius is one of the young conspirators, and he has come to convince Caesar and take him to the capital, because Cassius had a fear that Caesar might not go to the capital because in recent times he has become superstitious. So Cassius has come here, and what does he see? Yes, Cassius's fear proving to be correct. Here is Decius Brutus, he shall tell them so. So let's not wait for Mark Antony to go and inform the people, the senators. We have Decius Brutus here. Caesar does not understand that this is a hidden snake. This Decius Brutus is a traitor. Caesar has favored him a lot, and yet this people has joined hand with the conspirators. He thinks Decius Brutus is favorable towards me, he is my supporter. He is wrong. Caesar, all hail, good morrow, worthy Caesar, I come to fetch you to the Senate house. So Decius Brutus greets Caesar and says that he has come to take him to the Senate house. Caesar, and you are come in very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, and I dare not falser. I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius. Again we find the arrogance of Caesar. He is not a person to show that he is scared. So he tells that you have come at the right moment. Carry this message to the senators that I am not going to attend the Senate house today. Cannot is a lie. Cannot means I am not capable of, and that is not the truth. It's not that I am not capable of, I am not going. Dare not is falser. Dare not means I don't have the courage to go. That is even more false. It's not because I am afraid that I am not going to the capital. That is a bigger lie. So then what is the correct thing? That I will not go, because I am not going to the capital because it is my will. So Decius, go and tell Caesar, go and tell the capital or the senators that Caesar has decided not to come to the capital today. It is his will, not that he is unable to do or not that he is afraid of doing so. Decius, most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so. So Decius is worried. I have to convince him somehow and take him to the capital. So he says, Caesar, Oh, all powerful Caesar, please let me know some reason why you are not going to the capital. Otherwise, when I go and tell them that Caesar is not coming to the capital, they might mock it. Caesar, the cause is in my will. So I am not going because it is my will. I don't wish to go. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. Telling them that I am not going to the capital because it is my will, and that should be enough to satisfy the senators. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. I will let you know the real reason why I am not going to the capital, because I love you. And to satisfy your curiosity, I am going to tell you. But I am not going to tell this to the senators. I am not accountable to them. I am telling you this why? Because I love you. So what is the reason? Calpurnia, here my wife stays me at home. So my wife Calpurnia, she stops me from going out. She wants that I should stay at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I will stay at home today. So he reveals to Decius Brutus the reason why he is not going to the capital. He says that my wife Calpurnia has had a nightmare, and in which she has seen that my statue, from it blood is coming out through a number of spouts. So my body as if is like a fountain, and from it, and with many mouths, and from it blood is gushing out, and many famous Romans are washing their hands in my blood. So all this happening, or this incident which she sees in her nightmare, so she is interpreting it to be a bad omen. So she interprets it to be something evil that might happen to me if I go out of the house, and therefore she has begged that I should remain at home. And now the clever Decius Brutus will mold the interpretation to suit their purpose. Just see how he does it. Decius, this dream is all misinterpreted. This dream is wrongly interpreted. She has interpreted the dream wrongly. It was a vision fair and fortunate. It is a good dream. It is not a nightmare. It is a fortunate dream that Romans washing their hands in your blood. It's a fortunate dream. There is nothing horrible or evil in it. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified. Just see how cleverly he misinterprets the dream. Calpurnia was right in her interpretation of the dream, and that is what will happen. But he feels that I cannot allow Caesar to believe in her interpretation and stay at home. So he deliberately misinterprets the dream. And what does he say about the dream? He says that your statue, from which blood is coming through many mouths, and the Romans washing their hands in it, is symbolic that from you great Rome shall revive new strength. It will get new vigor from you. And all these Romans, they consider it to be an honor to keep the smallest part of your body, maybe a nail or a hair or a drop of blood, as something very sacred, as a badge of honor. So that is why they are washing, it seems they are washing their hands in your blood. It is symbolic, it is nothing real that is going to happen, but the real thing is going to happen. But he is saying it is symbolic, that from you great Rome shall revive great vigor and strength. That means you will bring a new reformation in Rome. So this is what Calpurnia's dream signifies. So he deliberately misinterprets the dream. So Caesar is very pleased. Caesar is flattered. This is what Decius Brutus had said, that Caesar's weakness is, he says, men are impressed by flattery. Men get what should we say? Men take to flattery very happily, but I don't. So that means I'm different from other people. Men can be easily won over by flattery, but I am not someone who can be won by flattery. And that time he feels the most flattered. This is what Decius Brutus had said, and now he is using that technique, flattering Caesar. You will bring a new wave of strength and vigor in Rome. So famous Romans washing their hands means they are getting their strength and vigor from you. And now Caesar is very impressed. He feels flattered. So what does he say? And this way have you well expounded it. Yes, your interpretation of the dream of Calpurnia is very satisfactory. He is quite happy at the interpretation. When you have heard what I can say, so I will feel that I have explained or interpreted the dream satisfactorily only when you listen to my words, only when you listen to what I have to say and know it now. So I have some news for you. Know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. Just see, he is luring Caesar. Caesar had refused the crown 3 times when Mark Antony had offered it to him in Act 1, Scene 2. But every time he was more reluctant. He had wanted as if to keep it. So that is why Decius Brutus says, nothing has been planned, but he is deliberately saying all this to take Caesar to the capital. Like you offer a bone to a dog, he is offering as if he is telling him a lie about the crown, that the senators have planned to give you a crown today. They plan to crown you the king of Rome today. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, lo, Caesar is afraid? Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to your proceeding, bid me tells you this, and reason to my love is liable. So he is a very cunning fellow. So what does he say? That if you send word through me that Caesar is not coming to the capital, so they might change their mind. They might not offer you a crown again later. And somebody might make fun and say, oh, let's break up the Senate and wait till Caesar's wife has favorable dreams. They might make fun of Calpurnia's dreams. So if you don't go to the Senate, they might also start assuming and whispering amongst themselves that, oh, Caesar has not come to the capital because he is afraid. So please excuse me, Caesar. I am speaking plainly to you because I love you a lot. And I think I have rules for my better judgment. So I love you a lot, and that makes me say all this. Now Caesar is completely convinced. Decius Brutus is successful. How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia? I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. Now he scolds Calpurnia. Calpurnia, your fears, they seem to be so foolish. I am really ashamed that I agreed to them. So give me my dress, I am going to the capital. So we'll stop here this, and we can continue with it in my next video. When they become lengthy, maybe you don't want to listen. So let's take a break. So as I was just saying a little while ago, that Caesar is changed his decision. He has decided to go to the capital. Why? Because Decius Brutus has been successful in brainwashing Caesar into believing that Calpurnia's dream is nothing evil, it's very fortunate dream. And at this moment, several Romans come, most of them are the conspirators. Enter Publius, Brutus, Caius Ligarius, Metellus, Casca, Trebonius and Cinna. So these come to take Caesar to the capital. Among them, Publius is not a conspirator. He is one of the senators. He is loyal to Caesar. And look where Publius is come to fetch me. See, Publius has come to take me to the capital. Publius, good morrow, Caesar. Caesar, welcome, Publius. What? Brutus, are you stirred so early too? So he first sees Publius. He greets Publius, and then he sees not only Publius but Brutus has also come. So you have woken and come out of your bed so early. Good morrow, Casca, Caius Ligarius. Caesar was never so much your enemy as that same ague which had made you lean. What is it, o'clock? So Caesar is overwhelmed. So many Romans have come to take me to the capital to offer me a crown. Brutus has come, Publius has come. And then he greets Casca and also Caius Ligarius. Remember, he had scolded Caius Ligarius for praising Pompey, and that had made Caius Ligarius angry, and Caesar knows about it. So now he feels, oh, Ligarius has also come to take me to the capital. So he tells Caius Ligarius that I was never your enemy. Than the illness which has made you so thin. Ague is type of a shivering fever. The illness is your enemy. I am not your enemy. And then he asks what time it is. Brutus, Caesar, it's struck 8. It's 8 o'clock. Caesar, I thank you for your pains and courtesy. Caesar is very happy that these senators have come. So he thanks them. And now who comes? Enter Antony. See, Antony that revels long out overnights is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony. And he is also happy that Antony, who spends a lot of time at the night making merry. So he has also woken up and come. So then he wishes good morning to Antony. So the most noble Caesar. So Antony also wishes or greet Caesar in return. Caesar, bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. So then he gives orders. So tell them who are inside the house to get ready. And then he says, I am to be blamed. Yeah, because he had decided he would not go. And now he is getting ready to accompany these people. My dear Cinna. So now Cinna, now Metellus, what? Trebonius. So he sees them, they enter one by one and he calls out their name and he greets them. Cinna, Metellus, Trebonius, I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you call on me today, be near me that I may remember you. Then he tells Trebonius that I have something to talk to you. So be close to me so that I remember you, I keep you in my mind. Trebonius says something which is double meaning. Caesar, I will be near you. And aside, so that Caesar doesn't hear, but the public hears it. The audience hears it. What does he say? And so near will I be that your best friend shall wish I had been further. Yes, I will be so near you that those who are your supporters, they will wish that I had been far away from you. Why? Because he is one of the conspirators and his being near means danger to Caesar. Caesar doesn't understand all this. Caesar is very happy. He trusts the people at their face value. Good friends, go in and taste some wine with me, and we like friends will straight away go together. So Caesar offers them some drink and says, let's entertain us with some drink, and after that, like friends, we will go to the Senate house. So to this Brutus remarks something. Brutus aside, so that Caesar doesn't hear but the audience hears, that every like is not the same. O Caesar, the heart of Brutus yearns to think upon. So he laments that, Caesar, my heart is sad to think that what appears, that means what like and the reality might not be the same. Like friends and being friends, there is a difference. Like friends, let's go, but we are friends, there is a difference. And his heart is sad to think on this, because like friends is different from being real friends. So this brings us to the end of our Act 2 Scene 2, is it? Yes, it is Act 2 Scene 2. So Act 2 Scene 2 comes to an end. So wish you a happy Diwali. Soon Diwali is about to come. And yes, I am being a bit late in uploading it because I have some problems in my personal life. Yes, some things are happening beyond my control, so I might be a bit late, but better late than never. So please wait for my videos. Have a nice time.